I'm Catherine Ross, and I'm here live from the NYC with Jim Cramer. Jim, let's go unfiltered. What's on the top of your mind?
Salesforce, because Salesforce had a remarkable quarter, and then you can't cut through the traffic of what the president's saying. And I want to mention Salesforce because that is the true barometer about whether the market thinks that Trump told the truth or not. The market and market players seem to think that the PRC tells the truth and the president lies. I'm not willing to go there. I don't know why anyone thinks the PRC tells the truth, since it never has to us. I mean, you can go back to when Mao took over, and it's just been a series of lies. But there has been there's a globalization thread among the media that says that China is good. China's not good. China's just there. It's a trading country, not a trading partner. And I think that people are confused about that. Remember, a lot of countries, 3/4 of their business is with China. So if you think that the president's telling the truth, buy Salesforce. And if you think that the PRC is telling the truth, sell Salesforce. It's pretty simple.
That's a very simple trade. Let's talk a little bit more about trade in general. Jim, this morning we saw a huge swing to the upside after Trump came out with comments about China. When should you put your pajamas on in this scenario?
I think that the pajama traders insult me, insult all of us with their obtuse nature. They seem to think that they know so much. They don't know much at all. I have a piece on Real Money today really defrocking them for the repulsivity and stupidity. And they may disagree with me, but they don't have the horses. I cannot believe how dumb someone is to sell the market down 300, betting that we would be down 400 or 500, given that the president is so, let's say, attuned to the market. The president doesn't want the market to go down. I mean, if they don't understand that, they're crazy. But more important, don't base your trading on nothing. Okay, there was nothing that happened. Now they could say, well, listen, the president first said that he had second thoughts about the tariffs, and then said he wished they'd be higher. But nothing happened. So you're selling based on betting that the market, that people are going to panic. And that has been such a bad bet. You shouldn't do it. Hey, listen, if you hate the market, wait till the morning. That's fine. In my book, in Confessions of a Street Addict, I talk about how stupid it is. Now, that book is now 19 years old and nothing's changed. It's stupid. But the pajama traders can't help themselves. They have to do something. They should go wager on their sports you can legally wager. If you want to wager, just wager on sports. Don't wager on the market, if that's how stupid you are. I hope you're listening, because you're so goddamn stupid. Excuse me. But remember, it's unfiltered.
It is unfiltered.
Yeah.
And guys, if you're listening, you got to go over to realmoney.com to read his full take on pajama traders this morning. It's very eloquent, I do have to say.
I mean, go there. I know it's subscription. I know it's like I've written like 40,000 columns. I know that everything on the internet's supposed to be free. You don't get my stuff for free. I don't give it away.
Not everything's free on the internet. Jim, I do want to ask, you tweeted out this morning saying that Trump's back-to-the-table rhetoric is not as false as people think. Why is that?
Well, I think that whether they called or not, by the president, this is how you have to view it. Whether they called or not, by the president saying that he got calls, what that says is that, look, I really attacked him on Friday. Maybe I attacked him too hard. I'm willing to walk it back if the Chinese are willing to play ball. That's the way, people are just like looking at they're looking in a vacuum. They're thinking, oh, come on, it's a lie. That's not what matters. What he's saying is, listen, I'm willing to make a deal again. I don't want to get too far afield. Now you can say maybe he's just doing that in order to make it so to please G7. Everybody there wants a deal, wants the U.S. to have a deal. Maybe he's just doing it because he doesn't like the market so much down. But don't have to worry about what the Chinese did or didn't. Just worry about what he did. And what he's saying is, listen, I'm more than willing to talk again. I'm not going to blow this up. And everyone is so focused on whether he's lying. They're not even listening to what he's saying. And what he's saying is, hey, I'll deal. People are so obtuse. That's why the market can go higher.
Jim, let's switch gears. Let's talk about Amgen, which is our real money stock of the day. Now, Amgen this morning announced that it was buying the global rights to...
Here's a good example. Amgen was down 5 by people who didn't understand anything. They're banging it to lower. We pulled the trigger on Amgen. Amgen was most challenged because it has Enbrel, which it won a court decision, and it has it has Repatha, which is cholesterol. It has Aimovig, which is migraine, and it also has the possibility of an anti-cancer drug. But those last three are all on the come. They're not here now. So suddenly they get Otezla. I don't care if they paid $9 billion or $12 billion or $14 billion. I don't care. And they paid 11.2 plus the present value of the stream, total 13 and change. But you had Amgen had a lot of cash and it was doing nothing. They bought back a lot of stock and it was doing nothing. Now they buy a revenue stream. Well, holy cow, it's doing something. So Amgen can go much higher.
Now, Otezla belongs to Celgene currently. It's being sold to...
Close. Bristol Myers is good shape.
I didn't even have to ask a question.
Yep.
All right, so Jim, let's wrap it up because you've got some fantasy football stuff coming
Yes,
up.
I do.
You're kicking off your official show tomorrow with Bill Enright.
Well, we did one last week.
You did
when
one
we did
last
our
week, but
draft,
this is the
right?
first one.
And I feel strongly that people should recognize that despite the derision that Sports Illustrated had for my drafting Wentz so high, all I could say is, hey, I could have drafted Luck so high. So before you attack me, at least my guy's playing. And I feel George Meneses, I'm so sorry. He's a terrific guy at CBC, but he drafted DeAnthony Thomas in the second round. I don't know if DeAnthony Thomas will play at all. Not because he's retiring, but because he's bad. Not good. And he drafted Luck. So he is out of luck and suboptimal. I think that I expect in the program what we'll hear about is who really looked good in Game 3. I would point out that Dalvin Cook, who is on my team, really shined. And Moncrief from the Steelers really shined, Washington. But I think that anyone who hasn't drafted yet, Dalvin Cook and Montgomery from Chicago, very, very good. Godwin, you should take Godwin. And I think that you should take some. Look, Juju had a great game, but we're right in Draft Central, and I think you're going to get some great tips from Bill, of which I will press him on. I do have some new ideas that I will reveal when we do our tutorial, but I can't think of it. I've been on a lot of I've been on fantasy shows. Okay, nobody's doing the work that we are, and I think that you're going to find it fun. And informative, and it's a nice break from the day.
So this will be Jim's first show post-draft, and if you missed our draft live show, you can head over to bullmarketfantasy.com, or you can watch Jim's first show, which was his pre-draft show.
Right.
All right, Jim, I'm excited.
Bullmarketfantasy.com is going to be all season. It's going to be exciting, and it's going to be insightful. And if you want to win, particularly if you have big money on the line, I think it's going to be the best site because the minds that we have winners, World Series winners that we consult. Guys, in other words, the World Championships, guys who were finished at the top of fantasy. And that's who we're using. And there are lifelines. They're going to tell us, if you look at the grading of my draft, it was done by these guys who are serious professionals. So be ready. If you want help on your draft, you want to help on your fantasy, we are Draft Central.
Head over to bullmarketfantasy.com. All right, guys, Jim, thank you so much for joining us. Guys, if you're watching on TheStreet.com or on Facebook, we are now heading over to our Action Alerts Plus Daily Rundown show on ActionAlertsPlus.com. I'm Catherine Ross, and we'll see you tomorrow.